against New.
Doesn't get to play much at all. He appeared in the ball game the other night and had to be introduced to everybody, really. The Lakers have the tip, and that's Norm Nixon with the ball. Lakers in the homestanding Forum gold, and of course the Pacers in their traveling dark blue. Kareem sets up low against Williams, and that should introduce Herb to the skyhook. Herb,
I'll tell you what, I thought that John made a great point as they turn it over right away, but Williams has got to keep Jabbar from just going crazy tonight and give this ball club a chance. That's not a very good start to turn it over here in the Forum. Get the crowd involved right away, Tom.
Really, Jack McKinney down on one knee, looking on. He's seen Kareem do that to far more experienced people than young Herb Williams. There's Kareem trying to make it 2 for 2, but he misses, and here come the Pacers down the court with the ball, and a beautiful drive to the bucket. Johnson misses, Kareem rebounds, and Nixon couldn't quite find the handle quick enough, or the Pacers would have got a good look at that Laker fast break.
Tom, they missed the puppy at the other end, but Seasting did a great job getting the ball to Johnson, and that's what Indiana's really improved on this year. They've run, and Jack McKinney has been very honest. He says, we spent too much time in the past on defense. Boy, I tell you, Jabbar looks like he's right tonight. You've watched him for a million years. He seems like he's having more fun this year.
Well, I tell you, we saw him a couple of games ago against Bill Walton, and it was really kind of a grudge match as the two former great Bruin centers really staged a man-to-man battle. Underneath, turnaround by Williams, rebound belongs to Rambis. Kareem has shown Herb Williams the baseline sky hook and then a turnaround finger roll, and Norm Nixon from the top of the key, and the rebound is down to Billy Knight. Kellogg down in the corner. One-on-one with Rambis. Seasting into Williams. Kellogg's all alone to the baseline. Just about 2 feet short, and here come the Lakers.
Boy, that's not the way to get started here in the Forum. You've got to really get off quick, trying to keep the crowd out of it, and right now Indiana just can't buy a thing.
Kareem again against Williams, shovels underneath this time, and a prayer is tossed up, and it's answered. Jamal Wilkes puts up a prayer, and it comes down with an answer, and he's fouled.
I like that. A prayer is thrown up and answered.
Really?
Jabbar with a nice pass underneath. Wilkes, the guy we were talking about before we started the show, and he just...
Around town is that he will play long enough to break the all-time scoring mark held by Wilt Chamberlain. There's also a school of thought, Herb, that says if Kareem gets 1 point more than Wilt scored, Wilt will come back out of retirement and play another 5 games.
Let me ask you this. What is the talk around town about Kareem playing here next year? You know, around the league, you keep hearing New York.
I think he's going to stay. Good intercept by Cooper. Down the floor come the Lakers, and a steal, or attempted steal, by Kellogg against Nixon, and a foul will be called on Kellogg. I think he wants to finish his career here, and I don't think Dr. Buss is going to let him get away.
All right, we'll take a look. Once again, it's been all bad for the Pacers. The Lakers with Cooper on the steal. They pick up the foul here. We're back live with a bucket for L.A.
9-0 in favor of the Lakers, and Kareem has got 6 of the 9. Jamal Wilkes has the other 3. Seasting flips it over on that side, and a jump shot by Williams at long range, and that may be a salvation against Kareem. At any rate, it gets the cork out of the bottle for the Pacers, and it's 9-2.
It's a good move by Jack McKinney, putting Williams at center. He was a forward a year ago. He's a pretty solid kid in there. I like what he can do.
Kareem with a swing with the left hand this time. He showed his repertoire almost to Williams on defense, and Seasting flips it down the court and driving with it. Kellogg, and look at Cooper get in the air. Oh, mercy. 3-on-1. Very cavalier pass by Nixon. A little wraparound behind the back. Showtime here in Hollywood.
Take another look here. This is Nixon comes down. I'm not sure Pat Riley really liked this pass because they had a puppy. It was a 3-on-2, kind of a funny way of filling the lanes. But George Johnson did an excellent job defensing that. Part
of the trouble was, Herb, you've indicated the lanes, that Nixon had the ball coming down the lane. Should have been in the middle. There's Kareem again. He's got 8. It's 11-2. George Johnson flips it back out, and Williams again at long range. Rambis reaches up for the rebound. What do we got? Loose ball foul? Pat Riley down in his haunches. Inadvertent whistle. All right. John Vanek.
Oh, the supervisor's here. Darryl Garrettson, who probably talked to him about that at halftime.
John's been talked to before.
Yeah, 22 years in the league.
Only Earl Brown, I guess, is the only guy that has had more time up and down the court.
That's a good guy, too.
Norm Nixon, short again. Rebound underneath belongs to the Pacers. Billy Knight up the floor to Seasting. 11-2 Lakers. Nice move by Williams. Big block. Big reject by Rambis, and Vanek gets floored. break discouraged at the other end by Johnson. Good play by the young Pacers.
Boy, if we had good defense in the paint by the Lakers, there's an offensive foul. Rambis, once again, Tom, sacrificing that body. Here's the guy, the Dr. Curlin, who has worked with so many athletes out here, says is the strongest man he's ever worked with. Watch the block inside by Kurt Rambis, a guy who nobody knew about until a year ago.
That's right, and suddenly he's become the vogue. Everybody in the NBA that wants to win gets a guy like Rambis. Ivaroni at Philadelphia and all the rest. Nixon gets the bucket on the drive to the basket. It's now 13-2, and he was fouled, and the foul is called against number 24, George Johnson. That's his first.
Tom, you're really about Philadelphia and the LA Summer League, and what you say makes so much sense. People are looking for a banger, a guy like that. Of course, you got to have some talent to go with it on that front line. Both LA and Philadelphia do. But I love what has happened to both Rambis and Ivaroni.
Underneath, Williams a turnaround. He nails it for 2. That's 4 points. Williams has them all. It is 14-4 now in favor of the Lakers. Nixon having completed that 3-point play a moment ago at the free throw. Here's Rambis. Very strong underneath, and just as strong, knocking it away was Herb Williams. Knight gives it back in the corner to Williams to the baseline. Rebound falls into his hands, and he slams it home.
Well, that's an excellent effort by Herb Williams, played at Ohio State. And this guy competed very well for Eldon Miller along with Clark Kellogg. A couple pretty good players. Jack McKinney will use his timeouts as wisely as anybody in the NBA. I saw him in the ballgame in Denver last month, and he was down early. He used those timeouts, ended up getting beat in overtime, and there was no way he should have ever been to overtime.
I think Kareem has missed 1. He's taken, I think, 6 shots, and he's missed 2. 5 out of 7. He's got 10 points here in the early going. Jump shot is off the rim. That effort put up by Cleveland Johnson. Johnson had a big ball game the other night in the win over Phoenix. Out of the corner, Jamal Wilkes. The rebound to Johnson. Clears the ball to Seasting, and here come the Pacers back down the court. 6:49 to go. We're in the first period, and a 10-point advantage for the Lakers.
Indiana likes to use the passing game, but they will use some set stuff. Then Salvatore finds a foul there.
Jamal Wilkes kind of gave Jordan Johnson a little help here right across the baseline and shoved him out of bounds. It'll be the first foul of the ball game for Jamal Wilkes, and for the Lakers it is their first team foul.
Tom, the Pacers have out-rebounded LA 8-7. A year ago, that was their biggest problem, rebounding. They worked very hard in training camp with that.
I like this guy Williams, Irv. He just puts it up from everywhere, and more often than not, it goes in. 16-8, and he's got all 8. Can you believe it, at the Pacer points?
Tell you what he'll do as well as anybody too. He'll run from baseline to baseline. If he would use his quickness on offense, the guy can really be something. I like the early offense of Indiana. They've had a lot of rejections, and it's hurt them in the early going, but they've got the ball up and down the floor quickly, and they can fight their way back into this if they'll just stay with it. We've seen the Lakers jump out early, and then they kind of lose interest here and let somebody get back into the fray.
George Johnson will inbound the ball baseline under the Pacer basket. It is 16-8, Lakers lead. Their biggest margin was 10 on a couple of occasions, 14-4 and 16-6. Backing in, turn around, well, I tell you, it may be the Lakers against Herb Williams. He's got all 10 of the Pacer points.
Doesn't look too bad, does he? That'll be a challenge. I'm sure Pat Riley will have something to say the next time out, so he can get that squared away.
Jamal Wilkes driving against Johnson, has it poked away. Seasting can't find the handle. The biggest guy on the floor reaches down and one hands it back up. Driving, scoring, Norm Nixon. I tell you, Nixon's as quick as any backcourt man that ever played in this league.
Doesn't take much of a seam for Nixon to find it. Threw that one up in the left hand. Look at this nice give and go.
Beautiful. Nice bounce pass, and Billy Knight on the payoff end, and George Johnson credited with the assist. It's 18-12. All of a sudden, the bounce pass is suddenly back in vogue in the league, too.
It's tough, though, for a guy over 6'5". You really have to get it up high enough. There's an illegal defense. John Bannock spots it. Jack McKinney will go to his bench, and he'll put in number 11, Marty Burns, the guy we were talking about at the top.
And Marty played for the Lakers in the 79-80 campaign that saw the Lakers run off with the World Championship. He's got a champion's ring. That was the team that Jack McKinney was coaching in November when the freak accident fell off his bike. Severe head injury. He was in a coma for a while, severely injured. Had to be replaced by the Laker management. It's been a bitter point of contention for McKinney, understandably enough.
That's good defense by the Pacers. They've hustled extremely well this series.
4 seconds left on the shot clock. Rambis gets it back. The buzzer beat the Lakers. Oh, what a great bit of defensive play by this young Indiana ball club.
Tom, they'll do that. I'll tell you, this is not a bad ball club. If they had Don Bussey, this ball club, in my opinion, would be 500. If they had Johnny Davis, they'd be over 500. People don't realize what they lost beside those two, or the good forward who went to the Knicks. And Jack McKinney, in my opinion, has done an amazing job with this outfit. He's a very positive person. He had to force himself to believe early in the year. Now he's forced these young people to do it. Talked to Billy Knight, and he said, these are great young kids.
Branson's attempt underneath is batted away by Kareem on the reject. Branson is a youngster out of SMU. Michael Cooper flips it up. Talk about a prayer unanswered. No luck there, even though it's Sunday, Michael. In fact, we've got a foul called on Cooper, and for Michael, that'll be his first, and for the Lakers, that's their second team foul.
Pat Riley isn't very happy. They had a shutout early. Now, they've come down the last 3 times, and they've thrown up some wild shots. Indiana is the kind of an outfit that will stay with what they like to do. They make up for a lot of weaknesses just by being very, very well coached.
Number 42 in the Laker gold is James Worthy. Beautiful pass underneath, and the bucket by Billy Knight. For Billy, that's 4 points, and it's 18-14 now, and the Pacers have come to within 4. And bear in mind, they were down by 10 at 16-6, so they have outscored the Lakers 8-2 in this last spurt. Rambis throws it over the outstretched hands of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let me tell you, that's hard to do. When Kareem gets the wings spread out there, you can hardly throw the ball past it.
Pat Riley makes a substitution in time. He's got Bob McAdoo in. I've seen him do this here where they get a little sloppy, get a big lead, and then let somebody creep back in it. McAdoo can light him up, particularly from the corner. He's just a great man coming off that bench.
Still has that great shooting touch. Underneath, nice move by Billy Knight in a battle for the rebound, and it's tipped up and in, and give that one, I think, to Johnson underneath. Lemon Johnson's going to get it, that's correct. 18-16, and look how the Pacers battled their way back. Beautiful feed underneath, Worthy blows it, gets it back on a miss. Burns couldn't handle the rebound, and it came right back to Worthy. There's Cooper at 15 feet.
Cooper's an excellent player. We pointed out at the top that this guy could start most places. You talk to folks around the league, they'd love to have him. He can play that defense. That's what I like. They ought to get a puppy out of this. Look at that open court quickness.
And again, it was Cooper that started it, batted it away from Johnson. And on the payoff end, Norm Nixon, who's got 7, and the Lakers that quickly now are ahead by 6 again at 22-16.
Pacers cut it down to 2, and then they got a little careless. And LA with that great quickness can do that to you.
Johnson underneath finds Billy Knight. Knight against Nixon. Billy's awfully big for Norm.
Billy Knight can still play the game. It seems like he's been around 100 years. He played for Buzz Riddle in Pittsburgh back in the early 70s. The guy can still shoot. From the right night, he can just kill you.
Beautiful feed underneath. Worthy, the young rookie, gave it to the old pro, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 24-18. Lakers lead again by 6. That might have been why Billy Knight looked at me kind of with a wry grin on his face when I said, Billy, how long you been with this club? And before the game, he looked at me and then he smiled. He said, 8 years. Got a foul on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. For Kareem, that's his first, and it is the 3rd team foul against the Lakers. Second team foul.
Basketball in the last 2 minutes, he'd get it to the people who could score. I just don't think you ever replace a guy like that.
Aside from being an outstanding defensive player, Bussey's got hands like a pickpocket. Most of the good pickpockets would love to have his hands. Nixon all the way. That's a patented move by the Lakers, that fast break. Give them a chance, and the racehorses are really on the move.
Remember the critics who said that Nixon and Magic Johnson could never play together? Well, that certainly hadn't worked out.
Indeed. They say there's only one basketball, but the Lakers make it do for everybody. Seasting flips it over. Johnson did a little walking, I'm afraid. Lehman took 1 step and thought it looked so good he decided to take 1 more.
What a pass, though, by Seasting. Here's a real success story. Cut loose by Phoenix, bounces around. He's done a very good job here, getting an opportunity. Once again, the guys we were talking about, Bussey and Davis, they couldn't work it out with him. And now Seasting, in my opinion, an overachiever, just goes out and does what he has to do.
McAdoo, Kareem, they seldom are in there together, and there's Kareem a fall away. Well, that's just about the entire repertoire from the big man now. 14 points for him tonight, 28-18. The Laker lead again is 10.
I haven't seen him shoot that shot this year.
From long range, Seasting gets his first basket of the night. McAdoo out of the corner. High for the rebound, Billy Knight. Seasting down the court, but the Lakers are back on defense. The big man in the middle, Kareem. Can't discourage that one, though, and Johnson nails it from about 15 feet.
Not bad. Out of Florida A&M, played for Ajax Triplett. Here's a guy who had over 100 scholarship offers from Mountain State Coast Home, mostly from the SEC. Been a pretty good guy for him. Hits the board.
Nixon went right up the middle. He's just about 6'2" or 3", and he treads in there where only giants live. But I tell you, Norm Nixon is as quick and as good as anybody that ever played the backcourt. Here's Kurt Rambis coming in. Kareem is going out. But now McAdoo will slip in to play the post for the Lakers. Bob McAdoo. Somebody was projecting the other night, you know, the number of minutes he now plays and the way he scores, he would average about 35 a night on a projected basis. What a magnificent basketball player he still is. Nixon with the free throw has a total now of 8. Rebound is off to Johnson, and the Lakers lead 29-22. They're up by 7. Just under a minute to go. George Johnson. That's Williams. He opened up with the first 10 for the Pacers. Rebound to Worthy.
Look at Williams run the court. You talk about somebody who hustles to the other end. Love this guy.
Number 34 in the Forum Gold is Clay Johnson. Not to be confused with Magic. Clay Johnson played his college ball at Missouri. Not that big, 6'4", but can he jump? I might get a chance to watch him tonight. Out of the corner, Seasting. That's 4 for Seasting now, and it's 29-24. The Lakers by 5, 19 seconds. Shot clock is gone, so I would imagine Nixon has orders, run it down, take one last one, and make it a good one. Lakers by 5. Johnson comes over, and they trap Nixon off the hands of Rambis underneath at the out-of-bounds Lakers, but there's no time left. So the buzzer hasn't sounded. Now Bannock says, look at the scoreboard, gents, in the first period.
Beat Kansas City 102-92, Milwaukee 107, Philadelphia 96. So the Sixers finally dropped one.
And I see that Portland wins also underneath Williams. Oh, with some egg on his face. Man took it to the rim and slammed it right off the iron, trying to slam it through and didn't do it. And the crowd gets some kind of an Inglewood version of the Bronx cheer. Portland wins, Phoenix wins, incumbent upon the Lakers to win tonight if they're going to maintain their 6-game advantage in the Pacific Division. Seattle loses. I don't know what happened to Seattle. Underneath, driving, unable to score. Foul is going to be called against the Pacers. Foul is called on Butch Carter. That's Cooper with the ball. Gives it into Worthy. Underneath with the ball, Duran, and he caught the bounce and then dropped it on the baseline. On the end, it'll be out of bounds. It'll go to the net. A little friendly turnover there. Compliments the Pacers. Something they can ill afford to do against a club as talented as LA. That's McAdoo.
Well, that wasn't easy, Tom. There was good defense by the Pacers. They doubled up. Still doesn't help. McAdoo's been doing this for so many years. What's interesting, I don't think he's played an exhibition in the last 4 years. He knows better.
No, not at his age. He knows how he can shoot. Look at the back. Look at Worthy. Now you see it, now you don't. A little whirling dervish routine, but he walked one time too many. But who cares? The crowd loved the show.
Well, that's a Cousy move, except the Coos used to go behind the back. Let's take another look. Here's Worthy traveling without a suitcase. 1, 2, 3. Gotta love it.
Shot is no good. Rebound McAdoo. Flips it over. Worthy to Cooper. Back to Cooper. Back to McAdoo. Not artistic. In fact, it might even be a little sloppy, but it's fun. In the middle, Johnson. Clay, that is, gets the bucket, and the Lakers lead 33-24.
I like the shirts and skins game.
Looks like the married men against the single men for a keg of beer. There's a pass that turned out to be a shot, but Williams gets it and slams it back in, and Herb's got 12. 33-26, the Lakers lead by 7. And now what's going on? Finger has been a bit errant because they've had a couple of times they've had to stop the game to check it. Could be a little pilot error with the 2. Rambis back in the game, flips it to McAdoo. Tried to put Kellogg in the air, but Clark was having none of that. The shot, and the miss, and the rebound, and the scramble. 1st and 10.
Kellogg did a tremendous job on McAdoo that time. I like his desire and enthusiasm. 33-26, the Lakers. Pacers refused to go away after a horrible start. They fought back pretty hard. Anytime the ball's on the floor, you got to blow a jump ball immediately or somebody's going to get hurt, and that's exactly what the officials do.
They've got a jump ball, Clay Johnson, who shows that he can really get up in the air. Tipped it to McAdoo. Johnson was giving away 4 or 5 inches, but I tell you, the kid from Missouri can really play above the rim.
Well, you know, and he's got a reprieve getting to play with the Lakers, but probably play more basketball with some other teams, but he's very happy here. Known him since his Big 8 days. He's a good man.
Underneath, that was Kellogg. Looked as though he was going to walk, but foul called against the Lakers, and they forced him over the sidelines at the end line, I guess. At any rate, the inbound pass comes from the Pacers. They've got the ball.
Tom, I'm sure Pat Riley would like to keep Magic Johnson out of it. I'm not so sure he's going to be able to.
We've got an offensive foul called against Kellogg. Kellogg now has 3 fouls. Take another look at
That's going to hurt. Here's Kellogg, #1 pick, averaging 19 a game out of Ohio State. This
Always
is the guy,
a tough caller. Huh?
Yeah, it really is. If you go with the block, you go with the charge. It all depends on where the trunk is.
Out of the corner, McAdoo. Rebound comes down to Williams. Big Herb throws it up the floor to Duran. John bounce pass underneath, and alert to bat it away was Worthy, but he couldn't find all of it, but Rambis steals it. I tell you, Rambis is like Clark Kent. He's everywhere. Worthy shovels it back. Cooper tried to slam it in, got fouled at the rim.
Well, the Lakers are just relentless now. Rambis sags the passing lanes as well as anybody. Here's Worthy out of North Carolina. Good pass. There's the effort there by Michael. Cooper will get a couple.
Herb Williams picks up his first foul. It's the second team foul for Indiana. Johnson goes out of the ball game, and Burns is in for the Pacers. In the backcourt also now, number 12 back in the ball game, Butch Carter. At the free throw line, Cooper. For Michael, that is his 3rd point of the night. He's averaging just under 8. High game of 20. Excellent free throw shooter, and most of his field goals are from at the rim or above. They've got the alley-oop down to near perfection here at the Forum, and his field goal percentage here is 56%.
What's interesting, when they bring those 3 guys off the bench, Cooper, McAdoo, and Worthy, who's the favorite? Every time I've been here, it changes each time. Talk about depth on a bench. Those 3 guys are something else.
It may be as talent-rich a ball club as there is in the NBA, and it is certainly, this Laker team, one of 3 or 4 of the very best of them. 35-26.
Lakers with that good trap. Once again, it was so successful a year ago because of one of the rules that has been changed. Look at this as they take away the lane again.
Now McAdoo down the floor. Kind of a hesitating type dribble drive by McAdoo, but he didn't get paid to bounce the ball. Shoot it, rebound it. Do your thing now, Big Bob. That's what he gets paid for. Rambis can't find the handle. Down the floor come the Pacers. Carter. Long range. Once a Laker draft pick. Here's Duran.
Not a bad player out of Georgetown for John Thompson. They've kind of alternated the guards this year, Tom, trying to figure out a combination. Their biggest problem has been the bench. They haven't had enough production, so Jack McKinney will try and switch it up a little bit, get some production from that bench.
35-28, the Lakers lead. Cooper at the free throw line. Michael not shooting well tonight, despite that field goal percentage mark that I gave you. McAdoo clears it back out to Cooper. The Lakers are really no three-point threat either, in case you're wondering. 3 seconds, turn it over, the ball goes to the Pacers. You know, finding some backcourt people to play in this league is not easy. San Diego needs some help back there as well.
Here's a good view, Tom. Look what happens underneath as Rambis pushing and shoving with Big Johnson. Not very artistic, but you got to have those bangers inside. The big guy's back in Jabbar. He can light them up and open this thing up pretty good. The Pacers have refused to go away, a combination of their tenacity, plus the Lakers, quite frankly, haven't had very good shot selection. Let's see if Jabbar starts to go to work, because he could just kill you.
Well, Jabbar's got 14 as he comes on the floor with 8 minutes to go in the first half, and the Lakers up by 7 at 35-28. Their biggest advantage has been 10 on a couple of occasions, but that was back in the first period. There's Duran against Nixon. From the baseline, John's alone. Now he's hit 2 in a row from long range. He's got 4, which pretty much equals his average production, 35-30. Laker lead is 5.
They'll wait for the big guy, although he is operating outside right now. Awful good passer for his size. People don't get enough credit.
Hey, Cooper shooting in hard luck tonight, Herb. He's had 2 or 3 at the rim or in, and they just boiled right back out on him. Michael does so many other things for the ball club out there, though. Out of the corner, Burns. Marty nails one. He's got to have a little feeling of satisfaction about being able to play back here. And
when Sox Walseth recruited him, ends up a #1 pick for Kansas City. Good player. I'm sure he'll help if he's over that knee injury. He'll help himself in the drive to try and overtake Philadelphia.
Cooper with the ball for the Lakers. Coop can't get one to fall. Rebound comes down to Williams. Clears it to Billy Knight for the Pacers. Knight flips it back to Burns. Burns on the right side to Dern. He's hit 2 from outside. Shovels it off underneath. Johnson put it up. Kareem got a hand on it and a whistle underneath. We'll wait and see how the officials see it. Going to be on Wilkes, for Jamal, that'll be his second.
Dern really contributing as he penetrates and then dishes off. Lakers lead it by 3, but Indiana's turned it over 10 times, Tom, or else this could be a little different story. L.A. off very fast early, and now all of a sudden the Pacers are out rebounding L.A. They've hung around. We've seen this happen a lot, though, and the Lakers can just blitz you with one quick streak, particularly with the big guy, Jabbar.
We've got 6:54 remaining in the first half. As you look at Cleveland Johnson and his second attempt at the line, proves to be a good one. For Johnson, that gives him 5 points. The Laker lead is 35-33. It is just a field goal. McAdoo underneath for Jamal Wilkes, and in heavy traffic, Mr. Slick, the Silk one, makes it 37-33.
Tried to double up, and somebody's usually open. In this case, it was Wilkes.
The unsung hero, or at least the unnoticed one, bona fide star in this league. Johnson bounces it around, and Nixon got most of it on his foot. Billy Knight with it now. Billy Knight had that blocked by Cooper, and underneath McAdoo rebounds to Wilkes, drops it back to Nixon, all the way offensive. Oh, gonna call it a block, and the basket's good. Nixon gets the basket. He's got 10 points, and up off the floor, wondering who had the right to drive that truck over him, is Duran.
Here's the call right here as the contact comes on the shoulder. Jack McKinney wanted to charge, but I thought Salvatore had an excellent call. I didn't see any position up, and you need the third official. Garrison's done a terrific job getting him in position.
Nixon misses the attempt to make it a three-point play. For Norm, he's got a total of 10 points in the ballgame. Kareem with 14 leads the Lakers in scoring. We've got 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Lakers lead 39-33. Managed 6. Biggest margin throughout the game has been 10. Herb Williams back at the screen. Herb got the touch from everywhere. For Herb, 14. So the big guys have evened out 39-35. Lakers by 4.
Jabbar just shakes his head. He says, that's not in the scouting report. Williams is taking it outside, knocked it down. Looked like Lambeer did in here about 3 weeks ago.
Or Issel of Denver. Issel likes to take Kareem out about 20 feet to shoot the eyes out of the basket.
And that's the way to play the big guy, because he likes to hang around the middle. Kareem could write a book and give you a clinic on how to do it legally inside, not play away your own zone. The guy's outstanding, and he doesn't like to play out there.
Cooper trying to inbound the ball again as Jack McKinney down on his knees, looks on from the sidelines. Kareem missing that little soft hook, and the rebound comes down to Williams, and here come the Pacers. Duran out of the backcourt. And we're going to have a foul called on Nixon. Reached over and grabbed him as he started that drive to the baseline toward the bucket. You know, we're talking about officials. What a labor of love it has to be, first of all. No matter what you call, you've got half the people on the floor mad at you the minute you blow the whistle. But people, I don't think, realize how these two guys, no matter who they are up and down the floor all night without relief. Players come and players go, but these two fellas are expected to see through them, around them, under them, over them, and be in the right spot all night long. What a lousy job it is.
Well, you got that right. I don't know why anybody do it. What's interesting, the guy with the ball now, Vanek, is probably 50 years old. He's been in the league 22 years old. He's chasing 20, 25-year-old guys up and down the floor without a break, as you mentioned.
And the other night, Strom was in the ball game, the dean of the officials. I think we're talking 23 or 26 years for Earl.
Yeah. Your legs only can take so much.
It is truly a labor of love, and so many times broadcasters, yours truly included, swing around by Rambis. That's his first basket. Really take him to task, and we ought to be ashamed of ourselves because
that's 2 more lashes you got coming, Tom Kelly. I've heard you.
You're right, Irv. I admit it. I am ashamed of myself the times I do it. Because it's unbelievably difficult job. What a great defensive move by Kareem. Just reached in and patted that ball away.
That's been the pattern tonight. In the paint, the Laker defense as good as I've seen it all year long. They can slap you on offense, but defensively, boy, as good as I've seen them. Look at the effort by Rambis. That wasn't easy, Tom, to find the touch off the glass being underneath the bucket. He just kind of flipped it out of Santa Clara from Carroll Williams. He's been something else here.
8-point lead for the Lakers, and the Pacers caught standing around, giving the Lakers not one, not two, but 3 cracks at that bucket at the other end. You can't give anybody that much time or that many opportunities. Underneath, the Pacers trying to bat the miss in, unsuccessful. Here comes Nixon. Indiana hustling back, transition, offense to defense, very good at that move, and Nixon has to set it up now. Michael Cooper. Cooper has been on the rim all night long, and he hasn't gotten hardly anything to fall. He's only got 4 points, and he's been out there since the opening tip. Johnson, 15-footer. Well, he can't nail it either. Long pass, too far. Nixon thought the big guy was on a break and just let him a little bit, and Kareem looked up, and not even he could catch it and bring it down.
Big George Johnson out of St. John's will come in for Marty Burns. 43-35 Lakers. About 3:38 remaining in the half.
Out of the backcourt with the ball, bringing up the floor is Jerry Seasting. He and Billy Knight. We've got a foul going to be called on Cooper.
That's a check. Foul's on 2-1.
For Michael, that's his second.
So the ball will be inbound. Herb Williams has 8 rebounds to lead both clubs, and the Pacers lead the Lakers in that department 24-20. However, they trail by 8.
Herb's got 14 points too, Herb, and there he's looking for 16. Comes up short. Rebound, Rambis, 3-on-2. Watch this one. Foul underneath on Williams. He saved 2. Oh, they're going to call goaltending.
I think they got him off the glass. We'll take another look, as Indiana does a pretty good job getting back on this on the 3-on-2, and then they go up and it's automatic off the glass in the NBA. We'll take a look one more time from another angle. Right here as the Lakers kick their lead to 10. Here is the goaltend by big number 32, Clark Kellogg.
Williams got the goaltend. I thought he got a foul, but he didn't. Might have gotten both. Such was the Lakers' fast break. Foul this time now is called on Rambis, and for Kurt, that's his first. And to the free throw line goes Billy Knight. We've got 3 minutes left in the first half, and the Lakers are up by 10. For Billy Knight, that's his 7th point of the ball game. Billy goes along, really the consummate pro, 16.6 points per game for an average. Rambis rebound, 45-36, Lakers. Nixon, give him an inch and he'll take it all the way. Rambis.
He picks up the foul here, but I tell you, he has really been bouncing around. The reason the Lakers lead by 9 because Pat Riley can't be very happy with their shot selection.
Herb Williams is in, of course.
Got to tell you, he'll probably sit it out because he's got the 3 fouls till the end of the half, and I can't imagine Clark Kellogg ever going in his life without scoring in a half.
Lamont Johnson now has a total of 6 points in the ball game. Laker lead is 45-37. 38 now for the Pacers as Johnson converts them both. Some full court pressure on the inbound pass, and Cooper in the backcourt with it. Michael Cooper. Invaluable 6-man.
Alley-oop.
There it is, thrown too high, too far, and Herb Williams cut him off at the baseline.
He did a great job. I'll tell you, fortunately, Michael didn't get hurt, but Williams really did a great job. Legal, he just used that body. You can go anywhere on the court you want as long as you don't run over anybody. I thought that was exceptional. Most of the time, when they throw that alley-oop, Cooper converts it.
Williams just cut off the route to the basket is all. Waiting to come in next time the ball is dead. McAdoo. Johnson with the ball for the Pacers. In the middle, Rambis. Well, gambled a little bit. Tried to knock it away from Williams, and Herb grabbed it and swung it in for his 16th of the night.
Well, he's played the passing lanes extremely well, but this time it doesn't pay off. So the Lakers are up by 5. The Pacers refuse to go away.
And Jabbar passing underneath for Rambis found a lot of blue shirts and eager hands. And down the floor, Johnson back to Seasting. Heartbreak. Billy Knight tries to get the rebound. Johnson comes up with it for the Pacers. Now Knight. In the lane. Blocked by Kareem. Well, you know, Herb, he gave Kareem every opportunity in the world to jump right over the basket.
He will fake 3 times, head fakes. Watch this now. 1. Here's 1. Here's 2. Kareem says, hey, I've been around a long time, kid.
He said, I've seen all of those moves and then some. Underneath, Johnson and Cooper, and it's hand, boot, and whip there. The two of them, and a foul's going to be called. Going to be on Cooper. Now for Cooper, that's his third. And now James Worthy's coming in. Michael will be coming out.
Pacers are down 5 with a couple of pitches coming here. 1:46 remaining. They've hung in there with some defense, a little tenacity.
Johnson not the best free throw shooter, only 64%, but Clemon has got a total of 7 points tonight. He's made 3 of those at the line. Minute 46 to go in the first half. Johnson to try again now. Pacers are in the bonus situation. The Lakers are not. Johnson misses them both. Well, waste not, want not. They're very precious things, those free ones. Down the floor comes Nixon. Only 3 team fouls against Indiana. The Lakers have the Pacers in the bonus. In the middle to Kareem. Back doing business at the same old stand. 16 now for Kareem. 47-40 Lakers by 7.
Well, Pat Riley yelled out to Nixon to get Kareem involved, and that's exactly what happened. He just had a feeling, Tom, he could knock one down anytime he wanted to.
Well, he's a magnificent scoring machine. There's so many other things. Bad pass by Seasting. Worthy behind the back. Showtime, and Wilkes has 9.
All of a sudden, that 5-point lead looked like it would go to 3 when Clement Johnson was at the line. Now it's 9, the last thing Jack McKinney wanted. Worthy, just an outstanding #1 pick. So much controversy, Tom. Do you take Terry Cummings? Do you take Worthy? Do you take Dominique Wilkins? I think they did pretty well.
But how could you miss with that trio to select from, Irv? I mean, let me tell you, throw them all in a hat and pick one.
There's the pass. We come back live right now.
Herb Williams underneath, the turnaround. 3-second violation against Holden.
I think they've got an illegal defense.
Apparently.
That's their second one. No, that's just the first.
Just #1. They had been called earlier in Indiana. Seems to be in vogue this year. Everybody gets one.
It's the first one on the
Riley says,
Lakers.
"Not you, no."
Mainly it's because the guard who's defensing the off guard doesn't go all the way through. He'll pause in front of the postman. It's a misunderstood rule by the players and, for that matter, some of the coaches.
Herb Williams over to Johnson with 45 seconds, 16 on the shot clock. Williams to the baseline. Gives that a big first half. Underneath, beautiful rebound, and Clement Johnson puts it up and scores it. Worthy batted about and fouled by George Johnson. That'll be #2 on George. Clement Johnson, that is, has got a total of 9 points in the ball game. 49-42. Lakers by 7.
Watch Worthy here. Did the Lakers draft Jimmy Black or Worthy? This looks like a point guard. I'm telling you, I didn't realize he was that nifty with the basketball. He looks excellent. We've got a top
Double guy here in L.A. and the most unselfish basketball player I think that has ever worn the Forum blue and gold. Out of the corner.
The thing he does, Tom, though, is his enthusiasm. It's just contagious. I think he made such a difference with Kareem that first year he was here.
49-42, the Lakers by 7. The Pacers have the ball. Lakers led by 5 at the end of 1. They're up by 7 now, and Seasting obviously going to run it down. There's 10 seconds left on the shot clock, and on the game clock now, 1 second difference, really. 5, Seasting puts it up, nails it.
Hey, Nixon made him go to his left, and Seasting didn't want to do it. He knocks it down.
With Greg Gumbel in our NBA Tonight studio after this message. Williams comes down, takes the inbound pass. Kareem pokes it away and then looses it over the end line.
Hey, how many times do you see Kareem come down and press like that? This is impressive. I want to see Williams dribble up against him.
He might just do it. Over on the far side, Kellogg, who went for the horse collar in the first half, Seasting. That ball kicked by Rambis. It'll be out of bounds to the Pacers.
I don't think I've ever seen Pat Riley ask Kareem to do that press in the backcourt. He did a good job.
Like he almost theft in the delay. In the middle, going to be an offensive foul on Kellogg, I tell you. But it's going bad, Irv. It's going bad. That's his 4th foul.
Well, John Andres pointed out what a job Rambis has done on him. Look at Rambis sacrifice the body. Second time he's drawn a charge. Kellogg in serious trouble. Jack McKinney has made no move. I think he'll just let him go.
Well, he's scoreless, and that's almost unbelievable to think he can keep that scoring machine polished or shut her down. Underneath, Jamal Wilkes gets his 11th point of the night, and it's now for the Lakers 51, the Pacers 44. 7-point advantage. Biggest Laker lead tonight has been 10 points, but that was back in the first period.
Jabbar comes out high and people cut the middle. It's almost impossible to stop him.
George Johnson, long range, and that's George's first basket of the night. Things may be picking up in that front line for Pacers now. Kellogg can get on track.
I saw George Johnson get 3 3-pointers against Denver. Just amazing. Look at that. Norm Nixon.
Norm Nixon strikes the blow for the little guys in the NBA. Whips across the lane and scores it. And down the floor, Rambis knocks it away, and Billy Knight is on the spot and picks it up and slams it home, and he's got 9, and it's 53-48. The Laker lead continues to be just 5. Turned around by Kareem. Makes it look so easy. 18 for the big man, 55-48 Lakers.
You ever shake hands with him? His wrists are so strong. He just flips that thing on that sky hook. Just makes it look like you're dropping a penny into a piggy bank.
Nice move by Billy Knight. It just hung on the rim. Foul. Getting the shot away. Foul is going to be called on Rambis. Check it. Cooper is 4th. Knight to the free throw line. The other night against Bill Walton at San Diego, would you believe Bill blocked 3 of those shots of various types on Kareem, set the tempo for the ball game? What a battle it was between them.
Listen, Walton is back. I've had a chance to see him 3 times. I've never seen the guy so happy. Communicating well, doing a good job with the young people there. That San Diego ball club is no joke. Cooper comes out, Worthy, who can play that big guard, and they're not embarrassed to use him there. Comes in.
Billy Knight gets 2, 55-50. The Laker lead is 5. San Diego, if they could get a nice, healthy balance of the year from Hollins, could really be a good basketball team. They need help in the backcourt. They've got to have the people back there stay healthy.
Well, it's interesting. Everybody's trying to steal a Brooks or a Whitehead. You hear Chambers. And eventually, I got to believe they will make a deal. And look out, because that front line, you got a Cummings and a healthy Walton. Not too many people in any better shape.
Walton's a magnificent talent. Star-crossed his career, plagued by injuries. Boy, what a magnificent player. In the corner, the ball is run down by Kellogg. Down the floor, Billy Knight. Baseline to George Johnson. Rebound comes down to Wilkes, clears it to Nixon. We're going the other way. 9:50 to go, third period. The Lakers lead by 5. Wilkes walked it.
Seastig did a good job choking off the break that time. Nixon came down, forced him to do what he didn't want to do. The Pacers have not been able to get it below 5. They got an opportunity right here.
Foul is going to be called, either Wilkes or Nixon. Somebody got Billy Knight. Nixon is going to get his 2nd foul of the evening. Pat Riley, hands on hips. He's worrying the Wrigley pretty good over there.
Right there.
Billy Knight in the corner takes the inbound pass. Seasting. Good move. High arch on that one. Discouraged Worthy. And Seasting now has 8 points.
Well, he played for Freddie Shaw, a guy who's spent a lot of time here with the Lakers, and all of a sudden the Pacers have scrapped their way right back in at time, and the crowd getting a little impatient. They've been sitting on their hands since that early spurt.
3-point lead for the Lakers. Norm Nixon. Nice fake. Hangs Seasting out and throws it in for 2, and Nixon's got 14.
He is so tough. No matter how many mistakes you're making, good shooting will always seem to take care of any mistakes. Nixon is an excellent shooter.
Jump shot by Kellogg, and he still is without a point tonight, and that obviously has hurt this Pacer ball club. Nixon and Rambis. Beautiful feed from Nixon. Rambis with the fake. What was it you wanted him to do? Put on a little bit of a show. 59-52 now, right back by 7, and now George Johnson gets his 2nd bucket. So the Laker lead is 59-54, and we're back at 5 again with 8.5 to go in the third period.
Johnson came over to the Pacers from Milwaukee in the Mickey Johnson deal as Jamal just knocks another one down.
Chick Hearn is the best basketball broadcaster I've ever heard. Calls that Jamal Wilkes lay-in, that 25-footer out of the corner. Up the floor, Kareem hits Jamal all the way to the hoop.
What an outlet by Jabbar, and Wilkes jumps the lead up to 9. Jack McKinney will go to the bench.
Williams flips the ball back, batted away by Worthy, and we're going to see about that. Jamal Wilkes, who operates in almost total anonymity with all the stars on this Laker ball club, right now tonight has a total of 15. He's the only man that scores on average of better than 20 on the ball club, and he'll be there when all the shouting's done, right at that figure or thereabouts. He's a magnificent, gifted player.
And he does it without even sweat, it seems like. He's just amazing as Kellogg
got his first basket.
LA is 7 out of 8 this period. They've really come out smoking.
Foul called underneath against the Pacers as Kellogg has just gotten his first bucket of the night. Marty Burns picks up his first personal foul. Ball out of bounds to LA. Lakers lead by 7. Rambis, Wilt, Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the game for the homestanding Lakers. Worthy. Oh, that shot should be investigated. How that stayed out, I don't know. Seasting, good fake by Seasting. Boy, he hung the guy out to dry with that look to the left. 63-58.
Shows you what happened when you get an opportunity to play, because he is getting that opportunity this year because of those free agents not signing with Indiana. There's Kareem. He's red hot in this period. Plus, he's passed well. He's outletted. He's done everything you expect a great player to do.
In the corner, Burns at that three-point line. Marty going to put it up? No. Flip it back out to Kellogg. Just got his first bucket. Working hard. Nice move. It still won't fall for him, though. Look at Rambis on the floor. Rambis comes to work in a hard hat and carries a lunch bucket. Underneath and batted back out, and the Pacers maintain possession.
They did a great job because Jabbar was the guy they were battling. Look at that. It pays off. Kellogg gets one. They refuse to go away. Once again, they're only down by 5.
65-60, and Kellogg suddenly has 4 points. Johnson has 4, and they were scoreless in the first half, so suddenly the Pacers are 8 points richer because of their forwards.
Jack McKinney had a decision to make early in the third period as Jabbar traveled. Kellogg picked up that 4th foul when Rambis, an excellent job drawing the charge. Jack says, listen, he takes a charge, he passes. You know, I don't know how he smells when he sits on the bench, but I love the guy. He gets after it. Billy Knight now has 9 rebounds. Herb Williams has 8. Rambis 7 for the Lakers.
Kellogg playing out on top with Rambis on top of him. Seasting over in the corner now with Billy Knight. Knight decides, well, nothing happening, I'll shoot it. Rebound comes down to Burns underneath. Good fake by Burns. Probably so surprised that he put everybody away, forgot to score the 2 points.
Ball club just can't get below that 5-point deficit. Burns missed the pup. He's very upset with himself. Look at the pass and the effort by Rambis.
There's Kareem facing the basket for one of the few times. Well, you've seen them all now. If you're seeing Kareem for the first time, that's his entire repertoire of shots. He's put them all on display tonight. Well, we haven't had a slam dunk yet. I correct myself. We may show that for you in a little bit. The Lakers busy rebounding. Rambis had the ball in Worthy's head. Worthy says pick one, but don't take both of them.
Hey, if Lux could kill, is Rambis a dead man?
Lakers lead by 7 with 5:20 to go. Nixon in the corner.
You're talking about Kareem. He's only 11 of 14 tonight, and the only thing we haven't seen is a slam.
Underneath, Wilkes to Worthy, and a whistle on the play. Rambis comes out, and into the ball game comes Clay Johnson. For Billy Knight, the foul, and for Billy, that's his second team foul against the Pacers. Jamal Wilkes inbounds the ball to Kareem, gives it right back to him. I mean, that's a warm-up drill, isn't it?
That's something. Boy, it doesn't take much for Wilkes to find the seam. He looks like a wide receiver going through there. Wild shot that goes.
Kellogg now suddenly has 6 points. Kareem with that last basket now has a total of 17 in the ball game. Lakers lead 69-62. Too many steps by Clay Johnson. Ball out of bounds on the turnover to the Pacers.
Pacers can cut it down to 5. They have stayed close. Jack McKinney wisely used his timeouts in the first half to settle his young ball club down. There's Seasting.
Rebound goes to Jamal Wilkes. Mid-court pass to Worthy. Pacers got within 3 at 55-52, and that is as close as they've been. And immediately after that, Johnson was at the line, missed a free throw or a couple, and boom, the Lakers jumped out on top by 7, then by 9.
Shot clock to 6.
Worthy.
Boy, does he have a good left hand, reminiscent of Bobby Jones and Kiki Vandeweghe.
That's his first basket of the night. Pettit also suffered from the white man's disease there. Irv, he couldn't jump too high, but boy, could he play. Oh, great defense by Johnson. Now Jamal Wilkes from the side. Rebound comes down here. Seasting, and we're going the other way.
Look at his back, though. A fellow by the name of Jabbar.
What kind of influence is that? Because Billy Knight says, I've seen you before. I'll stay out here and put it in. 13 for Knight, 71-64. Rebound tonight. Here come the Pacers. Seasting again. Williams pulls up. That's short. Bats at the rebound. Look out. Boy, he about took half the Indiana bench with him.
Hey, George Irvin made a pretty good tackle there for an old assistant coach with a bad knee.
Jack McKinney was looking for a place on the floor to hide as big Herb Williams came rambling at him. 3:28 to go, third period. Lakers lead 71-64.
Look at the pushing and shoving inside. Williams and Jabbar getting after it pretty good.
Worthy turns right over the top of Kellogg. That's quite a little man-on-man battle going there to Irv, and Worthy's won it so far, at least in that head-to-head confrontation underneath. Knight gives it to Kellogg, who's alone, throws it over the rim. Kareem on the rebound. Nixon. 18-footer. Rebound to Williams. We're going the other way. Seasting down the floor to Kellogg.
And more open court opportunities in this ball game as the ball club just got it up and down early offense. Here's another open court deal. Lakers will get one here.
Slam it. There you are.
Now you've seen it all, Tom.
24 for the big man, 75-64. You know, the missed opportunities by this Indiana ball club. So the Pacers have the ball. With it across the way is Jose Slaughter, number 21 in the corner, Billy Knight. Billy Knight in the ball game has 15 points.
He's done a very good job on the boards, too, Tom. He's got 10 tonight as the Pacers continue to keep that advantage. 2 minutes left in the period.
Nixon with the ball against Jose Slaughter. That's Duren. Jose Slaughter is in the ball game for the Pacers. Intercepted by Kellogg to Duren. There's Slaughter. Played his college ball at Portland State and a good one. Underneath, Billy Knight again. Knight's got 4 in a row and now got 17. 75-68.
Got a good pass from the Slaughter, as you mentioned, Portland State for John Avina. That's the first time that I can remember Indiana knocking the shot down and going the line. Everything is bounced off. Maybe this will help them a little bit. They're still in this thing. They're down 75-68. McKinney once again uses his timeouts as well as anybody in the league.
Here's Billy Knight at the free throw line, and Knight is having some kind of a good ball game. That free throw didn't fall. McAdoo rebounds it. Knight's got a total of 17 points, and that's just a tad above his average. Best game so far this year, 41.
Well, Jabbar's looking for the lob, and there's the illegal defense. Jabbar is so smart. He was looking for the lob. Indiana trying to do something about it. That should be a technical foul.
It will
they
be.
were warned once.
Yeah, they got one in the first period. Now they've got one here in the third. Lakers got one in the second. So here's Nixon at the line. Nixon's a 75% free throw shooter. Ooh-wee, mercy. Norm is, so far in the ball game, 14 points. Worthy to inbound the ball. James has 4. Big guys again have been Kareem and smooth as silk, Jamal Wilkes. Clay Johnson. McAdoo. Whistle on the play. We're going to have a foul called on McAdoo.
John Vanek spots a foul, and McAdoo picks it up. 1:21 left. The Pacers can cut it once again to 5. Pat Riley unable to use Magic Johnson tonight.
Billy Knight's had a big third period. Clayman Johnson. Back out to Jose Slaughter. Outside, that's his game. That one was a rimmer. In and out. Down the floor comes Nixon. Tried to get it underneath to Clay Johnson. The foul will be called on Jose Slaughter.
Pretty good player. I've got a chance to see Slaughter a lot in the WCAC. Kind of an exciting player. Makes some things happen. Occasionally he's inconsistent, but I guess most rookies are. Jack McKinney thinks he can come along and be a player in the league.
I saw him 2 games. I was impressed by him. Oh, talk about impressed. Kareem is discouraged by Johnson, who stands around long enough to foul Worthy. But I tell you, Clayman Johnson really laid a couple of blocks on Kareem.
Take a look at the big guy out of Florida A&M. Tell me how many times you see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar block That's exactly what happens right there. The Lakers continue to hit the offensive boards, though, and make it pay off as they get the first free throw.
Worthy's got 5 points. The Lakers lead 76-68. Eddie Jordan is coming into the ball game, and Norm Nixon goes out. Jordan, a very infrequent player now with the Lakers. But, of course, with Magic sidelined, he's on the bench, but has not played. Worthy gets his second free throw and now has a total of 6 points. The Lakers 77-68. Why, Jordan conceivably would see some action here tonight, so here he is.
Tom, let me ask you, Mike McGee and Mark Lance were a couple of guys that you would think would draw some interest. Has there been any interest as we see the shot knocked down?
Not really. Billy Knight gets that. In fact, Landsberger has played, I think, the fewest minutes of anybody for the Lakers this year. He was quite a factor in their ball club a year ago, and he just hasn't. Well, they just haven't had reason or time or whatever to get him in the ball game. When they get a team blown out by 25 or 30 points, then Mark goes in. Hearn calls it garbage time. It's got to be discouraging because Landsberger was a very important item in this ball club a year ago.
Well, you know, I saw him get 29 rebounds one time, and he's just with a ball club that has 3 super stallions coming off that bench.
77-71, and Billy Knight has really kept the Pacers in this ball game. Billy Knight's got a total of 20 points in the game. That's McAdoo, double team, throws it over the rim. Foul is going to be called.
Well, we're chuckling because McAdoo is not that bad a shooter. He got hammered pretty good. 20 seconds left. Big McAdoo will go to the line. He had a chance to go to Philadelphia during the summer. Says, I like it here. We're the champions. Take it away from us. A lot of people thought he was the MVP a year ago. He was just spectacular in the playoffs.
With that free throw, he's got only 3 points tonight, far below his average of 15 points a game. Rambis in. Kareem goes out. Rambis has only 6 points in the ball game. Kareem has got 24. And McAdoo nails another. Now it is 79-71. The Lakers by 8. The shot clock is off, and the game clock shows 14 seconds as Duren brings it down the floor for the Pacers, who are down by 11. They've managed to hang in there tough. Nice ball. Great pass, and Kellogg slammed that baby home. Some frustration in that one, and that pass is about 3. Against Stan White the other day, Chicago signed him. The linebacker from Detroit, indeed. Clay Johnson picks up the foul. He turned, lowered his shoulder. Boom.
Boy, Duren, that is doubling up here. Look at the contact. Johnson out of Missouri drills him. So once again, the Pacers can cut this thing down to 4.
Pass intended for Burns, batted away by Worthy, but Burns gets most of it back. All right, Johnson in the corner. Jose Slaughter. Duren. 6 points for Duren. 79-75.
The big guy, excuse me, Tom. The big guy Jabbar's sitting it out, getting a little rest. They're going to need him the way this thing's going in the stretch because Indiana is really hung tough.
Rambis gives the ball into McAdoo, who looked as though he'd into a couple of guys. There's Bob at the free throw line. Lakers having a tough time getting it to fall down. Slaughter's pass down the floor, batted away by Jordan, but up with it is Johnson. Back out to Duren. Baseline to George Johnson. Look out, here come the Pacers. That's 6 for Johnson, 79-77.
First time oh, look at this, Eddie Jordan with an offensive foul. And Pat Riley is furious. The Pacers could tie.
Can I tell you, Irv Brown, the game has never been tied. Do you realize the Lakers opened up at 9-0, 13-2, 16-6. Now it is 79-77 out of the corner. Duren. Rebound comes down to McAdoo. It is still an untied game. 2-point lead, Lakers, 10:41 to go. Which one of the great NBA coaches in his memoir said it's not over till the fat ladies sing?
I was going to say Yogi Berra, but that's another sport. I'll say Dick Motta. Here's a traveling call. 10:30 left in the ball game. Magic Johnson has not played. Kareem is sitting out, getting a little rest. The Pacers have an opportunity once again to tie it up.
Now Jamal Wilkes is on the bench too. There's Worthy battling with Burns over there, and the ball's out of bounds.
I think we've got a foul. I think they got Worthy for grabbing a hold of Marty Burns.
That's his first. Check it. Worthy's third.
With all year long has been the bench. LA has turned it over 8 times in the second half. That's been a big factor to let the Pacers get back in it.
Kareem remains on the bench, and the steal by Clay Johnson, and he slips and slides. He's out of bounds, and the ball is rolled out of bounds, and a good try. Gets an attaboy and a hang in there, but the ball turned over to Indiana.
You're talking about the bench. McAdoo 1 out of 8, Worthy 2 of 6, and that just isn't what you're used to seeing. I tell you, that third period was interesting, Tom, because Knight, Seasting, and Kellogg kept them in it. Williams, who was the offense in the first half, didn't get a point.
Hasn't had a point. He scored 16 in the first 30, and he hasn't first 24, and he hasn't been heard from since. George Johnson. Ian Rambis. Rambis steals it away, then can't find the handle. Up with the ball comes Clay Johnson.
I don't think Jack McKinney was too happy with George Johnson going one-on-one there. He hadn't shot that well tonight, and they needed one at that particular time.
Eddie Jordan. Clay Johnson with the ball for the Lakers, getting more playing time tonight than he has in almost the entire previous season. Underneath, foul will be called on Burns, and McAdoo will go to the line. And for Marty Burns, that's number 2.
Here's the quickness of McAdoo as he just goes by Clement Johnson. Burns comes over to help, and he picks up the foul, so McAdoo can give his ball club a 4-point lead.
He's got just that, 4 points in the ball game so far. Big Bob nails that one. Lakers trying to run their win streak at home to 9 in a row. They've won 12 of the last 14, 8 straight here at the Fabulous Forum. 6 points for Big Mac, 81-77, 9.5 to go. Lakers lead by 4. Biggest advantage was 11, and the game has never been tied.
There's that half-court trap that Pat Riley used so effectively.
Rebound to McAdoo. Down the floor to Worthy. Jordan, about an 18-footer. In the corner, Burns rebounds for Indiana, and Duran brings it back to the Pacers. Johnson from the side.
Boy, extended the hand that time, followed through, looked good. One of the things that's hurt Indiana in ball games this year, they've lost 15 times by 4 or less. They tend to slow it down late in the ball game, and they're much better off at this tempo. Keep running it up the court. Plus, I don't want to make a broken record out of it. They miss a Boosie. You just can't measure what his loss has meant to this ball club.
Well, some of the starters are coming back in now. In comes Kareem. In comes Norm Nixon. Jamal Wilkes is not in yet. I tell you, the Lakers had 6 guys out there. McAdoo pulls up from the left side and nails it.
He is so sweet. McAdoo has 9 rebounds, now has 8 points.
Look out for him, Irv. He gets a hot hand, he'll shoot you right out of the building. Whoa, Johnson now has hit 2 in a row. He's got 10. George 81.
The night I saw George Johnson get the 3 3-pointers, and I've watched him play a lot. He used to be in Denver. Couldn't believe it. The touch was just what we saw right there. Flapping that wrist, squaring up those legs, doing it all.
Worthy in the middle, and a blocking foul.
To be a charge, I thought Salvatore did a good job assessing it. Here comes Jamal Wilkes back in. 8:27 remaining. The Lakers by 2.
Lob into Kareem, gives it to Nixon. Wilkes waiting for the ball to be dead across the way. 8:20 to go in the game. Lakers lead by 83-81. Whistle. 3 seconds. Out of bounds on the turnover. Wilkes comes in, and Clay Johnson goes out. Well, except for Rambis and Cooper, the Lakers starting 5 is there. McAdoo and Worthy are in the game. Cooper's on the bench. Rambis is on the bench. In the corner, Carter. Back out on top, Johnson. Carter has it batted away by Jamal Wilkes. Lead pass by Nixon too far. Duran reacts quickly and runs it down.
Stopping things kind of hurt Indiana. They do have a chance to tie it up now. 7:50 remaining in the ball game.
Game has never been tied. Carter with it. Top of the key to Williams, who's not had a point since the first half. Clement Johnson.
There's the passing game that Jack McKinney came out and did a good job picking up from Doug Moe this summer out of the Denver franchise.
Williams missing. Foul on Carter. Carter picks up the foul as he reached in and slapped away at Nixon. Out of the game goes Duran. Billy Knight, or Seasting comes into the ball game. Billy Knight comes in and Carter goes out. And now again across the way, getting ready to come in will be Kellogg the next time the ball is dead. Nixon brings it out of the backcourt for the Lakers. Just under 7.5 to go. Plenty of time. 2-point lead, L.A. Nice feed to Wilkes underneath. Commands everywhere.
And something that doesn't show up in the box score. Jabbar had a hard pick to make it easy for Wilkes. Once again, Salvatore
malfunctioned, and they've had to whack at a shot or two. Lakers lead by 4, 85-81. Turnaround by Williams. His first basket since the first half. That ended a long drought. 85-83. That's 18 for Big Herb.
Let's see if they go to the big guy, Jabbar, now. He'll set up on the right side. Look at this pass.
Look at that fake by Wilkes. Is he beautiful? They don't call him smooth as silk for nothing.
You know, he's improved so much when he played at Golden State. He knows when to push. He knows when to take it a little slower. Look at this, if it goes.
Some kind of an effort by Billy Knight, huh? Wilkes picks up his third personal. Jamal in the ball game has a total of 21. His average, of course, is right there at 20.1 points per game. We told you when it started, after the smoke had cleared, he'd be right there or thereabouts. He always is. And he operates in almost total anonymity. I mean, he's not elected to the All-Star team. The other guys are making it at forwards, but he'll be on the squad, I'm sure. You know, Dantley and Lucas are getting the nod for the West. Free throw is good by Billy Knight, who's having an outstanding evening. Knight's got 21. Worthy comes out now, and Cooper comes in for L.A. So aside from Rambis, this is the starting five. McAdoo's in. Kurt's on the bench. Billy Knight with a 21-point effort. 22, and again, 87-85. The Pacers are down by 2. Nixon all the way, and the Lakers, Irv, come right back and just get the go-aheads again.
Open court quickness once again, and Kellogg just let him go. Didn't want to pick up that fifth foul. You got to drill him at this stage of the game.
Williams driving on McAdoo, gets help from Kareem. Whistle on the play. Somebody got him. Kareem picks up his second personal, and the ball will go to Williams at the free throw line. Herb with 18 points, 72% free throw shooter, but he's not been at the line yet tonight. That brings the Pacers to within 3. Jack McKinney, his ball club hanging tough.
Well, what's interesting, they're on the tail end of this Western trip. They ought to be dog-tired, but they just haven't shown that tonight. They've really competed well. Got to believe down the stretch, though, the big man is who they'll go to, and then you watch Wilkes with those patented cuts. Right now, Jabbar is setting up on the right side of the keyhole.
McAdoo pulls up for an 8-footer, doesn't get it, scramble for the rebound over the end line. They say that Jamal Wilkes touched it last. The Pacers have a chance to tie it up.
He used a little half-court trap that time, and very intelligently, Pat Riley's ball club got it to the middle with McAdoo, but they're unable to knock it down. 6:06 left. Pacers trying to tie.
Over with the ball is Kellogg. That had a big night, and his pass, Clement Johnson went one way, and Kellogg threw it the other way. Oh my, what a turnover. Out of the backcourt, coming up the floor, Nixon with the ball. The Lakers still have a 2-point lead. The game's never been tied. LA's never been behind.
Trying to go the big guy. There it is.
He's fouled in there. The foul on Clement Johnson. And that'll be his second. That's only the fourth team foul against Indiana. The Lakers have been guilty of 3. So nobody's going to the free throw line here. Pat Riley worries the Wrigley again on the sideline. Talented guy, Riley. He's done a
good coach.
job.
He tells them something during the timeout. He doesn't meddle. The players like him. He's done an excellent job here.
When you consider how much talent is over on that bench and on the floor, for Riley to step in, he's never a great player in the league, a fine journeyman player, and to step in and control that kind of an atmosphere, magnificent job he's doing. Great rapport with his team.
I really like it during the timeout. He's got something to say.
Great play by McAdoo. Puts it out to the big guy, and the big guy walks.
I'll tell you, let Indiana hang around and hang around. You don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people thought this would be a blowout. I had a feeling Indiana would give them a go, and they certainly have. They can tie it right here.
5.5 to go in the game. Indiana down by 2. With it is Johnson. High lob, and Johnson throws it away.
LA wants a timeout.
I don't know if talent's going to will out here tonight. If it does, the Lakers should win. But boy, Indiana's got to get all the credit in the world for forcing the Lakers to play their game, for not giving up, for hanging in there. And they're just 2 points apart with 5 big minutes yet to play. Jamal Wilkes. Well, that's 3 in a row now, Irv, for him.
Well, what they do so intelligently, Pat Riley set it up. They use a double cut off a double pick that becomes a single pick. And the Lakers have done this so many times off a set play. And boy, it was like a clinic. Look at this.
Underneath, Williams back in action now. He's got 22 all of a sudden. Jamal Wilkes has 23. He leads the Lakers in that regard. Check that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's got 24 to lead the ball club. 91-89. Lakers again by 2. Kareem at the baseline. Lots of traffic. Norm Nixon. Rebound to Kellogg. Clears it to Seasting. .422 to go in the ball game. Norm Nixon double teamed. Michael Cooper. McAdoo. Nixon missed a moment ago. Takes care of that.
Excellent passing that time. Cooper and McAdoo get it to the open guy. Pacers trying to double up. Somebody's open, and the Lakers found him.
4-point lead for the Lakers. Underneath. Rebound. Knight can't get the ball back up. What a great game Billy's had. Long lead for Cooper. Underneath. McAdoo. It counts. Oh, the Lakers, they've got so much talent.
And they jump it up to 6. Jabbar had an excellent block at the other end. Indiana comes right back in your face with Kellogg. Jabbar is furious.
10 points for Kellogg. Foul on Kareem is his third. 95-91. The Lakers lead by 4.
Tom, the thing,
with a chance.
I was going to say, Tom, the thing to keep in mind right now, Pacers behind. The three-point play has been pretty good for them ever since the franchise, as long as I can remember, in the old ABA days, when George McGinnis really had his skills. Indiana, under Bob Leonard, really utilized the three-point play. And I've seen McKinney do a good job with, I think, very limited perimeter shooters.
95-92, underneath to Kareem. And a whistle and a foul will be called. Williams picks up his third. That's the 5th team foul against the Pacers now, so it's 1 plus the penalty. The Lakers have only 4 team fouls. 3:37 to go in the ball game. Kareem with that free throw now has 25 points in the game tonight. High for the year for the big guy, 33. He and Wilkes have really been a troublesome item. 97-92, Lakers by 5 again. Seasting brings it down the court for the Pacers with 3:29 to go in the game. McAdoo in there pushing and shoving with Williams. That's Kellogg against Jamal Wilkes. Ball poked away, up with it is Nixon. Hold everything, double dribble. Well, one of the dribbles had to be with his knee, Herb. That's what he hit it with half the time. Look at Norm grinning.
Jerry Seasting did a good job to hustle back when it looked like L.A. was going to pick up a puppy that might have broke the Pacers' back. Still a 5-point Laker lead.
Johnson underneath. Shooting and scoring is Williams, and Kareem is going to be called for another foul. 24 for Williams. Kareem with his 4th foul, and we've got a 97-94 ball game, and Williams to the line.
What an intelligent move. He's got the big 7'2" guy behind him. Fakes, head fake, goes up, gets hit on the wrist, and now they can cut it down to a bucket once again. They do.
So Williams, who was silent throughout the 3rd period, now has come on and has 25 points. 9 of them here in the 4th period. And it's a 97-95 ball game. Baseline, McAdoo. Rebound, Pacers, Kellogg.
Pacers gamble with that double-up defense. They got a chance to tie.
Driving Williams, the game is tied for the first time in the ball game.
What a sensational dunk by Williams. Pat Riley wants a timeout. Williams just ignited this crowd. He's playing for the opponents.
Not this time.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has not tried a field goal in the fourth period. They've only attempted 13 in the period as a team.
So the Lakers are tied for the first time with the Indiana Pacers, and an 8-game at-home win streak in jeopardy. Jamal Wilkes missing, rebound Williams. Clears it out to Seasting. Pacers could lead for the first time in the game. Turnaround, Williams, baseline, he's got it, he's fouled.
What an effort by Williams, off balance, he gets hammered. He could give his ball club a 3-point lead. The Pacers have the lead for the first time tonight. Here's Williams, who's done it all in the fourth period, gets hit. If you throw it up in the NBA, normally they'll give you continued.
To 97, Indiana. Well, they had enough attaboys and hang in there, and now they're up by 3.
I'll tell you what they've got to do, because they've been in this situation all year long. They can't play slow down. They tend to get a little tentative, and they need to play with that quick tempo and being very aggressive.
Foul will be called on Kellogg over the top against Jamal Wilkes for Kellogg. The foul, Wilkes to the free throw line, McAdoo out, Rambis in. Minute 54 to go, and Jamal Wilkes to the line. He has scored 23 points in the ball game. Superman has come on the floor. Clark Kent, sometimes known as Kurt Rambis for the Lakers.
Wilkes has got ice in his veins. I've seen him do so many things that once again don't show up in a box score. I saw him steal a jump ball against Denver one night when the Nuggets had it wrapped up, and this man stole a jump ball. He can just do those things, and down the stretch, you always watch for him and the big guy, Jabbar. Jabbar's got to get in the offense.
Lakers are down by a point, 100-99. Kellogg in the backcourt.
I got to believe they'll go with the guy who brought him, Herb Williams, if they can find him and let him go one-on-one.
He's out on top, guarded by Rambis. Over on the side to Kellogg, to the baseline. Underneath, couldn't get it. Rebound, tip to the Lakers. Nixon down the floor with a minute 34. Rambis, driving, shooting, didn't get it. Wilkes does get it.
Who else but Wilkes? Once again, the Pacers could have had a 3-point lead. They blew a puppy at the other end, and now they're coming down with a slow tempo, and that means you only get the ball to your forwards with about 12 seconds left.
Minute 20 to go in the ball game. The Lakers by 1, and Jamal Wilkes has been it. Outstanding performance once again. Wilkes picks up a foul as he batted the ball away from Kellogg. For Jamal, his 4th. Point-wise, Jamal Wilkes has 27. No, not his biggest night of the year. 36 is that. Pat Riley stomping around at the sidelines.
What a turnaround. The Pacers miss a layup, and at the other end, Rams is too hard off the glass, but who else but Wilkes is right there. A couple of big pitches coming.
Kellogg makes the free throw. Game
Quickly,
is tied.
Here's Rambis, very hard off the glass, but who else but Silk Wilkes?
102 to 100. Kellogg puts the...
He's up one right now. You know you're going to have some be tough against Jabbar and Wilkes in this situation. You see that every time these Lakers play. I think McKinney would love to have the last shot to be down 1.
Jamal Wilkes underneath to McAdoo, who's back in the game. His shot for 2. McAdoo off the bench now has got 12. 103. 102 Lakers. Who in the corner? Williams just does save it for the Pacers. Bad pass, batted away, but picked up by Johnson.
Got a break. This has been their problem late in the ball game. They get a little tentative.
9 on the shot clock. Whistle. 3-second call against McKinney's Indiana Pacers. Oh my, well that comes with inexperience and youth.
44 seconds left. They'll use most of the clock, so the Pacers still will have a chance, even if the Lakers get a field goal. The key here is not to foul and give them a 4-point lead.
Well, Johnson kicked it, and all that did was take a few seconds off the clock and gave the Lakers 24 more back on the shot clock.
Absolutely.
Not a good play. I don't think he did it intentionally. Inbound pass to Nixon. Lakers lead by 1 now with 32 seconds, 31. Donatree in the corner of your screen. A steal by Williams. Kellogg down the floor. Seasting. He's fouled by Cooper. Hold everything. Hold everything. Vanek has called it back here that when Kellogg intercepted, he was out of bounds. And look at the Indiana bench. Oh, are they upset?
Boy, what an effort by...
Inbound pass to McAdoo, to Cooper. Cooper guarded by Carter, and Cooper is fouled by Carter. No continuation.
That's a good move by Jack McKinney. Foul him early so you have a chance to come down. Even if it's a three-point play, you got an opportunity. Here comes Rambis back in to play some defense.
McAdoo will go out. McAdoo goes out. He's got 12 points. Cooper at the line has only 4 points in the ball game tonight, far below his average. 83% free throw shooter. Ooh-wee.
We have a horse race, 103-102.
But he's got to get this one now at least to force the Pacers into a three-point try for a win. He misses them both, gets the rebound. I think that was a deliberate move on his part, Irv.
Boy, is he quick. So they got to foul quickly now.
12 seconds, hold everything.
Oh, an illegal defense underneath. So they'll get a technical foul and the ball out of bounds.
And they're going to send Wilkes to the free throw line. Well, why not Wilkes? The man has done everything tonight.
This has been the Pacers' history this year, Tom. In the last minute, they've had a 3-second call. They did not rebound the missed free throw. Nobody blocked Cooper off.
28 points for Jamal Wilkes, 104-102, LA. 12 seconds. It
bounds, so they'll try and get one of those people fouled. There it is.
They're going to foul McAdoo, and Bob is a 71% free throw shooter, Norm. There aren't many bad ones on the Laker ball club. They shoot 73% from the line. Of course, one of the best is Wilkes, one of the steadiest. Now a wholesale set of substitutions. Billy Knight is coming in, and Cleveland Johnson is coming in.
All the three-point shooters.
For Indiana, and Williams is coming back in. Here's McAdoo at the line. 1 plus the penalty. Didn't get it. Lakers lead 104-102 with 11 seconds to go. McAdoo gets that one.
Bunch, he puts in some quicker people that'll jump out on that three-point. It's going to be tough to get it in.
Inbound pass, that's George Johnson with it. That's Slaughter, guarded by Nixon. There's the try. Off the rim, in the corner. It's out of bounds. It'll go to the Lakers. 2 seconds remain.
Excellent defense by the Lakers. They picked up all hands, and they win it.
Rambis over to Cooper. What I tell you, Jack Ramsey said the first time in it was 2 points. Last year it was 1. Greg Gumbel in our NBA Tonight studio.